I mean, it can't get much worse than it has been. How's it going? My name is Colin Winters. I'm the host of Panthers Place, and we are ending my prediction series right now with the Carolina Panthers. Oh, yes, not only the last in the NFC South, but the last in the entire goddamn league. The Carolina Panthers. I hope they are in a new era, because if I have to go through another shitty coach, I'm going to rip my hair out. And my hairline is already receding as it is. But as my prediction videos go, I'm going to explain real quick what I think their initial rating will be, and that is my personal. I think they will be this season. Then I'm going to go with their lowest they could be this season, and then I'm going to go with the highest they could be this season. And I'm going to give a little bit of insight into what I think they could do into the season to be better, or maybe sell off if they're going to be sellers during the trade deadline, and talk a little bit about how the organization has got them to this point. So the Panthers, I am trusting the process because of the fact that this is a brand new, brand spanking new regime. This is not like a complete, maybe the GM's a holdover from the last one. No, no. This is new GM, new head coach combo working together and making a brand new team with a new identity. So it has been a little bit difficult to actually do a prediction for the Panthers. So with that, I'm just going to straight up say my initial thoughts with them splitting with the division, because that's how my initial thoughts work. Splitting with the division, being able to go and maybe rattle off a couple more wins after that, I have them at 6-11, sitting at third place in the NFC South. And now, while I do wish I could confidently say we would get more than 4 more wins from last season, I just can't, because I haven't seen the jumps from players that I do think will have a good jump this season, but I haven't seen it, so I have no way to gauge how big that could carry the team. So just with my gut instinct, 6-11 is the only way I can give any sort of non-biased record to my team. Because by all means, I would love to be able to say right now, with my chest loud and proud, that we're going to have a winning record this year and compete for the division title, but I just don't think so. I'm being as realistic as possible here. Gotta curve your expectations. The Panthers as a team have made a lot of lateral movements as well as minor upgrades, but there has been no extreme booming upgrade that screams out at me, because, of course, some of them could be, as in the drafting of Xavier Leggett and then the trade acquisition with Deontay Johnson, but I haven't been able to see any of them in, actual week one action, so I'm just not going to let myself get too high. This is less of me being low on them and more being like, I want to protect my heart. Because I am high on them. I really am. I think they're going to be good for this team. I think they're going to have great seasons. My heart can't take it. I need you guys to understand, I wasn't old enough to really understand the pain of how much it hurt when we originally got the first overall pick. And now that I'm old enough, but wasn't old enough to go to an ABC store to drink the pain away, it hurt, bro. It fucking hurt. Midway through this season, though, I'm gonna become old enough to go to that ABC store, and depending on how things go, I may be a new regular there. And how may I be a regular? Well, it's if we get to our lowest, and I think the team has upgraded enough to be able to at least stay away from the bottom of the league, but still not that good, because I have our lowest being 4-13. Still 2 more wins than what we actually had, and I mean, I would take it, but I wouldn't be happy about it. An improvement is an improvement over literally bottom of the NFL, but 4-13, it's still like, okay, something is still wrong. This, of course, could be because maybe Bryce Young doesn't make the jump we need him to make. Maybe our offseason acquisitions don't work out. The defense is with how many pieces we lost and or traded away. We're letting up a lot more points than we used to. No matter what happens, I could see the lowest actually occurring in real life. I still think we're good enough to win 2 more games, but this is one of the low ratings I've given to the NFC South teams around. Yeah, that could just be the truth. I mentioned this earlier with the Saints video, that pretty much I believe that the NFC South race is between the Bucks and the Falcons, and the Saints and Panthers are competing for third place. There is no reason why we should expect us to win the division, so it is just don't be last at this point. Even with my highest rating for the Panthers, which I'm going to admit, a little bit biased. A little bit biased, because I have it at 9-8. The only reason, I want you to bear with me, because having a jump from 6-11 to 9-8, I understand, is a little bit crazy. I know, It's weird, but it is because I see a lot of these games on our schedule. Our schedule overall, with how hard it is, ain't too terrible. It ain't the easiest schedule, ain't the hardest schedule by any means, but we do have some games which I think are against teams that it could be extremely close. And especially, maybe somehow or some way we, get an upset win against somebody, and then that we carry that momentum with two other softer teams. It could happen, but it is so out of the realm of possibility that because it's such a low percentage of happening, it is the highest I believe they can go is still only 9-8, which would be, according to my predictions, it would be tying, if not still being just third for the division. Over the season, I do see the Panthers probably not even being sellers or buyers by the trade deadline. They'll probably just be okay with doing what they've been doing, developing their guys, and then going into the next offseason ready to do stuff. But the Panthers are probably going to be a team that no one thinks about this coming season. The fans are going to be looking for internal improvements, and then the rest of the NFL is going to be like, oh, hey, they're not actual dog shit this year. That's neat. Anyway, no one's going to be thinking about the Panthers, which, for the most part, Panthers fans are used to because we get no respect in the media whatsoever, even when we weren't at the bottom of the league. But overall, yeah, it does kind of hurt a little bit to come into a video and not be able to talk highly about my team with the season coming up, because I do believe we've done a lot of good to be able to be a better team this season. But just to make sure that I'm not getting too big for my britches, 6-11. That's my official. That's my official prediction. And with all the videos then now being done, this over here, I can't put that over here. This over here is the official, what I think the teams will show up to be in the NFC South, with the Falcons winning, the Buccaneers being in second, the Panthers in third, and the Saints being at the bottom and fourth. I think the Falcons lock up the division pretty easily. I think the Buccaneers have a good fight, but end up eventually failing and just having the settling for second and maybe a wild card appearance. And then of course, as I said multiple times already in these past videos, the Panthers and the Saints are just fighting to not be last. But due to the fact that the Saints have lost a lot of pieces and haven't done much to actually grow, and the Panthers have done a lot to grow, I believe that the Panthers could have the edge and at least won't be at the dead last. At the dead last. God, I am terrible at speaking English. But even though I'm sure the video quality has been kind of terrible with how much I've been rambling on and speaking a little bit too fast, it has been fun to get back into making videos about football. So if you've made it to the end here, thank you very much for watching. It does mean a lot to me. I will continue to get better. I will get back into the flow, and I promise video quality will get better as we have time. And as I have time to get into the groove, I'm hoping to do more skit videos, stuff like that. I'm hoping to get better into streaming. Unfortunately, for the first 2 weeks of the NFL season, I won't be able to stream the games because I will be doing military work on the week 1. And then week 2, I'm actually going to see the Panthers home opener. So we'll have to wait until week 3 for me to hopefully stream a game, but I'm very excited for when that comes back. So once again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching this video. If you made it here, maybe like, subscribe, do whatever the hell you want. I really don't care. What matters is that if you enjoyed this, I'm just happy you did. All right, goodbye.